in Brussels. Today, Coe may get his severest mile test since that time from American Steve Scott, who last summer in Oslo took our nation's record for the mile to within 36 100ths of Coe's world mark, and who has been the winningest miler in the world since 1981. Scott has been waiting a long time for a shot at Sebastian Coe, as has Ireland's Eamon Coghlan, the indoor mile record holder, the king of the boards, first man ever under 3 minutes 50 seconds indoors when he accomplished the feat at the Meadowlands in New Jersey earlier this year. Coghlan has yet to prove that he can run outdoors with the likes of Scott and Coe, but he'll have his chance today, along with the rest of a very strong field in the Special Record Holders Mile, live via satellite from London, England.
In the sport of weightlifting, there's a delicate balance when it comes to the amount of weight a lifter can handle in competition. And some make it look easy. The key is to get right to the fine edge, to reach for the ultimate effort. Some can't quite make it. Others miss trying to reach beyond their limits in an effort to attain loftier goals. You'll see the U.S. Weightlifting Championships today on ABC's Wide World of Sports.
Spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of sport, the thrill of victory, and the agony of defeat. The human drama of athletic competition. This is ABC's Wide World of Sport.
Brought to you by Budweiser.
We're in Seekonk, Massachusetts for the U.S. Weightlifting Championships. Hello, everybody. I'm Bob Beatty, and working with me again, as he has on so many weightlifting competitions, Bruce Wilhelm. Bruce, I want to congratulate you. Not only are you a former Olympian, but you've now been elected to the U.S. Weightlifting Hall of Fame.
It was a tremendous honor, and I really appreciated it.
You know, I'll tell you, it really is a great honor. What can we look forward to here?
Tremendous competition, but the big thing is there's the depth. We have over 100 entries in this particular meet. Being that it's a national championship, this is extremely important. Normally, we don't have more than 40 or 50. One of the reasons is because it's on the East Coast. It's a real hotbed of weightlifting. Another reason, and probably the main one, is because with the Olympic Games coming up, everybody's coming out of the woodwork trying to make a shot at the team.
Okay, Bruce, the Soviet Union and the Bulgarians really lead in international weightlifting. How is the U.S. program coming?
The U.S. program has come along quite well with more money put into it, with more education of coaches, and the better training facilities will improve the program. It takes time, and it takes tremendous dedication by athletes and officials. It's a very difficult situation that we're in.
And competition here in 10 weight classes and a lot of good young kids.
Tremendous. This is where we really need the help, the grassroots program. We need to bring all these young athletes into the picture, and that's where you develop your champions, from having so many of the younger kids, and they funnel up into championship ability. That's where it's really important.
Okay, Bruce. Let's take a look at the winners in the earlier competition in the 114-pound class. The overall winner was Dirk Yasko from Great Bend, Kansas.
At 15 years of age, he's a real prospect. He's the best in this class.
Boy, that's starting him young, isn't it?
Sure is.
And Ron Crawley from Washington, D.C. was the overall winner in the 123-pound class. Also in the 123-pound class, Al Hood from Los Angeles set a new American record for the snatch lift of 238 pounds. Brian Miyamoto from Hawaii won the overall competition in the 132-pound class.
Product of our junior Olympic training camp, this kid has a real future ahead of him. Good style on the jerk.
And in the 148 3/4-pound class, the overall winner was Michael Jakes from Atlanta, Georgia.
Definitely a candidate for the 1984 Olympic team.
And Cal Shake from Butler, Pennsylvania was the winner in the 165 1/4-pound class. In the 181 3/4-pound class, Kurt White from Charleston, Illinois, set a new American record in the snatch lift of 344 pounds. He also set an American record in the clean and jerk of 440 3/4 pounds, and an overall combined record of 782.5 pounds. What an effort.
Definitely has a shot at a medal in the 84 Olympic Games.
And Michael Cohen from Savannah, Georgia, won the overall title in the 198 1/4 pounds.
The move from the 181-pound class to 198 really agreed with him.
And now for the lifting in the 220.5-pound class. The snatch competition has already been completed. Rich Schenkel lifted 363 3/4 pounds. Coming up now, second attempt, clean and jerk, Mike Davis from Metairie, Louisiana. He'll be attempting 424 1/4 pounds.
Mike is one of the select athletes living at the Olympic Training Center, and the training there has certainly paid off for him. He's made a tremendous improvement over last year.
Taking very little time over the bar. Up in the clean position, only now to get it overhead. And he does, 424 1/4 pounds for Mike Davis. And with one more attempt to go, he's moved into first place in the clean and jerk.
Later is
35 1/4 pounds on the bar.
Got massive development of the thighs. A lot of pulling strength comes out of the legs and the back hip area. Got a nice rack. His back's a little bit rounded here.
Trying to get it overhead. Looks like he's struggling, and he does not make it. So Mike Davis has to settle for 424 1/4 pounds.
Good position over the bar, brushes the thighs high, racks the bar across the shoulders well, comes to the sticking point. Now he's set for the jerk. Watch his feet position in the jerk portion of the lift. Most lifters will split their legs forward and backwards. He drops directly under it. Very inefficient and not a good technical position. The weight's out of position, and this is why he missed it here in this particular case.
Okay, the weight has gone up to 440 3/4 pounds. Rick Schenkel from East Brunswick, New Jersey. First attempt.
Notice no weightlifting belt. This is unusual in the clean and jerk.
You might explain why you use a weightlifting belt, Bruce.
It gives a little more support, tightness. It's a very nice rack. Comes right through a very easy lift here.
Okay, only to get it overhead now. First attempt. 3 attempts in each lift. Looks like he has it. And Rick Schenkel now moves into the lead. 440 3/4 pounds. Not only do lifters usually use a belt in the clean and jerk lift, but there's a lot of other equipment involved. Bruce demonstrated it for us.
Obviously, the most important thing in a weightlifting competition is the barbell and the athlete, where there are certain accessories which are extremely important. One would be the weightlifting costume. According to the regulations, it must be one piece. This is a nice double knit one. Another item of equal importance would be the weightlifting belt. The belt's a little over 4 inches in width. Most lifters will wear it. They secure it around their waist in this particular fashion, pulling it tight. It gives them a feeling of solidarity, of snugness. It really helps them probably psychologically more than anything else. Another item of equal importance would be the shoes. This particular style of shoe is quite good because it has a wooden shank inside it, and this keeps the foot from turning over. It doesn't wear on the sides easily like some shoes do. One of the areas of vulnerability for injuries is the knee and the wrist, and that's why you see the athletes wrapping it. For example, we wrap the knee in this particular fashion, pulling downward on the patella tendon. This gives a feeling of strength and solidarity. It enables the lifter to bounce out of the bottom easier. The wrist can also be wrapped. Another item of extreme importance would be a piece of tape. The tape is used in this particular manner, wrapped around the thumb thusly. It helps the athlete secure his grip on the bar, and due to profuse sweating, this enhances the grip, as well as chalk. Now, we use chalk on the hand in this particular manner. The chalk enables the athlete to grip, and along with the tape, it fixes the grip even better. Another reason chalk is used is during the second part of the lift, the clean and jerk portion. You'll see many lifters with chalk on their shoulder, and this is to affix the bar in the shoulder area like this, on the deltoid. But one thing some lifters do, of course, is they wear a shirt. You wear a T-shirt, and it alleviates the problem of having to use the chalk. Another item that we see lifters using quite a bit of is an ammonia capsule. Before they go on the platform during the competition, you see the coach or someone crack it under their nose. This gives them a little bit of a lift. It clears their mind before they go out there, kind of gets them fired up. And, of course, one item that's very important is baby powder. Baby powder is put on the thigh in this particular manner. When the bar is pulled up and it moves up the thigh, it moves very smoothly. But this causes a problem. All the baby powder gets on the floor, and, of course, this makes it very slick, and the lifter slips. So we have another item, which is rosin. Rosin is put on the floor in this fashion. We see the lifter over here in the corner doing this. It enhances his grip on the floor, and it firms it up so he doesn't slip. Now, these are some of the items that we see in weightlifting competitions today. These accessories are extremely important.
Okay, Bruce, back now to the competition. The defending champion in the 220.5-pound class, Ken Clark from San Francisco. He'll be attempting 451 3/4 pounds.
Ken's technically a very proficient lifter. Notice his tremendous thighs. He's got great development. That's a lot of squatting power. Nice wrap.
Technique so important here.
Good
at the way the bar springs. He catches it nicely.
Easily overhead, 451 3/4 pounds for Ken Clark in his first attempt. Bruce, this is quite a battle between Rich Shanko and Ken Clark.
Tremendous competition, repeat of last year. Good position over the bar, pulls very slowly off the ground, brushes the thighs high, turns his elbows over very nicely to rack the weight. This is a picture-perfect lift right here. Brings his feet. Now all he has to do is wait for the bar to stop oscillating. Then he'll jam it over his head, splitting his feet forwards and backwards. Then he brings his feet together. The weight's perfectly overhead. Weight's under control. Looks good.
Okay, and now coming out, 451 3/4 pounds for Rick Shanko.
Notice him chalking his shoulder here, Bob, so that the bar will get fixed to it. It won't slip off due to the perspiration.
Interesting, Bruce, that he doesn't wear a shirt.
Yeah. Some lifters prefer to just chalk the shoulder. I prefer myself a shirt. It keeps it fixed in there much tighter. There's a chance of losing it, slipping down the shoulders when they don't put the shirt on. But he does put the chalk on to kind of help, hold the bar there.
Okay, attempting to lift the same weight as Ken Clark, 451 3/4 pounds. However, Shanko weighs a pound more, so even if he makes this, he'll be in second place. Second attempt.
Notice how he cleans it on his fingertips. Then he moves his hands in. He jerks a little bit out front. He has to walk forward to catch the weight and bring it under control.
All right, overhead, 451 3/4 pounds for Rich Shanko. And Bruce, as we take another look at that lift, you might describe the technique that Shanko uses.
You notice right here, he catches the weight on his fingertips, which is really somewhat inefficient compared to, say, Ken Clark, who really grasps the bar. Shanko has to throw the weight up. This is inefficient. It costs more time. In this position here, we see now how easily he'll jerk it. He splits 4 1/2, of course. However, the weight is a little bit in front, and he has to walk forward to bring it under control. Otherwise, a nicely done lift.
It's absolutely amazing that he can balance 451 3/4 pounds on his fingertips.
But it's also a good way to lose the weight. Sometimes it falls off.
Okay, more weight is being added to the bar. Shanko will be coming out for his third attempt. He'll be trying to lift 462 3/4 pounds. If he makes this in his third and last attempt in the clean and jerk, it'll put him all alone in first place. He's a good-looking prospect. It looks like he's improved a lot.
Absolutely. I think that he has a very good shot at making the Olympic team. I'm sort of surprised he hasn't gone up to the 242-pound class, however.
Okay, he weighed in at 219 1/4 pounds.
The most difficult part of this lift for him is the actual cleaning part, where he brings it into his chest. Position, right there, it's on his fingers. You see it falls right off.
Looks like he almost had it, though. 462 3/4 pounds. He has to settle for 451 3/4 pounds. And so he and Ken Clark have both lifted the same weight. However, because Ken Clark weighs less, he wins the clean and jerk on body weight. Now going up to 468 1/4 pounds. This is the weight that Clark will need if he's going to win the overall, keeping in mind that Shanko won the snatch lift. Second attempt, if he makes this, it'll be a new American record. Clark holds the current record, 464 pounds. This for 468 1/4 pounds. He's in good lifting form, Bruce.
He sure is, and if he makes this lift, it'll be his third national championship in a row.
Come on, you can do it. This lift right now.
A lot of mental concentration here. Good pull.
Oh, it looked like he almost had it up to the clean position. And so Ken Clark misses at 468 1/4 pounds. However, he will have one more attempt left to win the overall combined championship. All right, Rich Shanko has already won the snatch competition. Ken Clark, right here, has already locked up the clean and jerk. However, to win the overall, Clark must make this lift, 468 1/4 pounds, and this is third and final attempt. If he makes it, he'll be the overall champion, and also will have a new American record.
Tremendous pull. Racks weight, but he's moving a little bit to the side there.
Oh, he struggled a bit, but he only has to get it overhead. Looks like he has it. And Ken Clark has just broken his own American record, 468 1/4 pounds. He's also won the overall competition for the third time in a row. What a performance by Ken Clark from San Francisco.
Looking at the winning lift again, here we see him squeezing the bar off the floor, keeping it well under control, brushes the thighs high, moves under the weight well, turns his elbow, racks the weight, shifts a little bit to the left, comes through the sticking point. This is where the tremendous hip and thigh strength comes in. Now he has to ram it over his head. He sort of jams his left leg forward. Notice how he jams it forward. He locks himself in, weight's under control.
Well, it was a tremendous performance by Ken Clark.
Ken, you know, this is almost a repeat exactly of what happened last year, and it just is an exciting contest, but, you know, you're giving some of his heart failure coming down to the end like this. What was going on out there in your mind when you knew you had to take this 212, this 468.25 to win?
Well, the big thing, I knew that my training partner was going to be back there giving me a bad time all year long if I didn't come in first.
Well, it was a tremendous come-through. It's an American record, I believe, and it's not quite a new total record, but the thing is, we're looking for Los Angeles. What do you anticipate in Los Angeles? I've heard figures like 385 and 485 in the clean and jerk. Is this potentially feasible?
It's possible, but the main thing is a medal.
A medal? Do you think you can get a medal that cheaply?
Without a doubt.
That sounds pretty confident. And the final results of the clean and jerk competition, Ken Clark with his new U.S. record. First place, second, Rich Schenkel, and third, Mike Davis. And in the overall competition, Ken Clark and Rich Schenkel both lifted the same amount of weight. But because Ken Clark weighs less, he wins on body weight.
Thunderbird Turbo Coupe. Master together. Maybe it's the baton. Maybe it's the way we push each other.
Ladies,
Here now is the decision.
we have a split decision.
A split decision.
And the scoring as follows.
Here it is.
Judge Tommy Kazmarek scoring at 5-4-1 Muniz.
Muniz on the scorecard of Tom Kazmarek.